Okay, hopefully I'm live, hopefully you can hear me. I am just going to move my microphone down, so this might make a noise. There we go, should be better now. I've got a fan running and I'm trying to put it somewhere where the fan doesn't cause any issues. Right. Yeah, I've just heard myself on my stream. That was noisy. Do apologise for that. Should have got my microphone in the right place to begin with. Alright, I am the old geek. I'm old. I'm not very good with technology, as you've already noticed. And it's Monday night rimming with the boys. People often turn up for a chat. We shall see. We'll see if anybody turns up. And it's very, very hot in here. Very, very hot where I am right now. So I've got a fan on. In fact, it looks. Oh, let's go. Let's load a game. Let's get my my mage character in. I'm going to have to move my microphone again because I've got a drink in my fridge which is behind my microphone. I am sorry. There we are. That fridge isn't working properly. This drink should be icy cold by now. Oh well. Oh well. Right, where was I? I haven't played this character for a little while, so I do need to have a little look at what I'm doing and what I'm carrying. I think he's alright actually. We've got a Lydia with us. This is the character who is married to... Where is she? There's Miri. I resolved her problem. Hello, Dave. I resolved Miri's problem.
Thank you again for resolving my problem.
That's all she says though now. Thank you for resolving my problem. It's a euphemism for murdering somebody for her. Right. Let's have a little look at what quest this character's got. 'Cause I haven't played this character for a couple of weeks. A few liberation quests, a few murder quests. Meet Delphine in Riverwood. Kill General Falx Carius. That's gonna be over in... Yeah, let's head over there. I haven't been over there in a little while. I haven't done any of the Black Book stuff either. Now, I've had a few problems with my PC the last couple of days. It's had a few crashes. I don't know if it's heat related, which is that's why I've got one reason I've got the fan on, but it might be a firmware issue as well. So I have done a firmware update, and if things go a bit doolally, then you know what it is. Okay. I can't remember how I was playing this character at all. Oh, is something attacking? Yes, there's a dragon. What are my favourites? Bambo is on 2. Okay. Where is that dragon? Oh, the drip. Was that building a bit hot under the dragon's backside? Took off straight away. Right, looks like the dragon's come down over there. Can I find my way around in the dark? It's up here, isn't it? Imagine Iman will be joining me at some point. Got it. It's got some potions of healing. There's one. That'd be enough. Got it. Ah, there's a level. So, at the weekend, lots of us nerdy types descended on a more southerly part of England than where I live, and we went to Chaosium Con. And we had a jolly good time. At least I think people did. I certainly did. Myself, Sausage Mike, Iman and Joker all drove down in... I drove them down listening to a Lovecraft radio adaptation on the way down there. And as soon as we got there, checked into the rooms, well, met up with Andy, had a beer, checked into the rooms, had more beer, and had more beer. Then myself and Joker went off to play games. And the others, well, Andy and Iman went to sleep, leaving Mike all by himself. So he then went to bed. And when me and Joker finished our game and went back to the bar, there was nobody there. They'd all buggered off. One of the problems we had was we signed up for the convention quite late, so we didn't manage to get into many games. Because they were all full when we signed up. The reason why we signed up late is it wasn't really. Andy had some serious health issues. Joker's foot was in a walking boot because he did his Achilles. Iman lost his job. Mike moved house, and thus we had a bit of a situation where lots of things were happening and we weren't sure whether we were all going. It wasn't till about a month before we finally decided we were going, and all the spots for most of the spots for games were full. So we managed to get Joker managed to get in another as a reserve for a Saturday morning game. Myself and Joker were in on a Friday night game. Went to a few seminars, and then Iman ran a game for us on Saturday afternoon. And then we all got some food and buggered off home. One thing in the seminar that I really like is there is a big Call of Cthulhu campaign coming out early next year for Gaslight. It's going to be one of those massive Nyarlathotep size campaigns. Set in England and Wales, which I'm really looking forward to. Bought a few bits and pieces. Bought Dust and Blood, which is the two-part Gaslight book. I bought Children of Fear, which is a big campaign going through China and India in the 1920s. And I bought the Pendragon core rulebook, because I'd only got the starter set. So there we are. I spent some money. Sausage Mike spent some money. Everyone else just spent money on food and beer, I think. Oh. Thanks for turning up. Oh. Creep cluster. Hello, no Saurian, how are you? Long time no see indeed. You've been a busy boy. Or have you just been avoiding us because we're embarrassing? Be honest. Right, so where have I got to go? Well, I've got to level up. Let's have some more Magicka. Oh, so you have been a busy boy. Understood. Understood. You've got other things to keep your attention. So come on then, tell us all about her. Get out of my face. Go for Lydia. Get out of my face, Burnt Spriggan. Go for Lydia. Lydia is my tanky thing. There we go. Better. Got it. Got it. Burnt Spriggan. No, absolutely, absolutely, and you're always welcome in the game because you know when they're happening and you know where we'll be. So I'm guessing the new girlfriend is not a gaming nerd. And if she was, you could introduce her to us. Heh, heh, heh. Oops, didn't mean to press that one. Where was I aiming for? I've wandered straight past where I wanted to be. That's who I want to kill. More of them.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm here.
Hi.
Sorry for the delay.
That's okay.
How are you?
I'm alright. I'm alright. Alright. Computer's been playing up a bit the last few days. Still.
Oh.
I think it's a. I don't think it's a heat issue because I've downloaded some of the heat checkers.
It must be.
Well, no, I downloaded some of the heat checkers and they didn't show any problems.
Oh. I have no idea then.
It appears to be a hard drive firmware problem.
Oh, no, Saurian. You got
Yeah,
a girlfriend now, have you?
Yeah,
Jealous. Jealous.
Yeah, it
Hope
appears
she's
to be a,
treating you well.
it appears to be a hard drive firmware problem. I updated the firmware about 10 minutes before I started streaming, so we'll see how it goes. We'll see if the update does anything. She's not a gaming nerd. Oh, she's an anime buff. Ah, right. Okay, so she's an actress. Right. So, yep, she might well have a leaning towards role playing of some sort. You've just got to approach the topic gently. A little quick save. I seem to have been dying around here a few times with my main character. It's those ash things. This isn't my main character, this is a lower level character. Ooh. Got him. What?
I'm just talking with Andy. He's helping me try and modify the rules for the thing that I ran for you guys to make them a bit more clear.
Okay.
And I'm just explaining to him the reason why I've worded certain things certain ways, why I've made certain decisions, because he's offered me some suggestions, but it's like, I tried that, but there's a reason that I didn't stick with that. But obviously, he
Right.
doesn't know what I've tried before because he wasn't in the playtest.
Right. Okay.
So, for example, with the firearms counter thing, he says instead of having it as a separate skill, just use the normal skill but make it a hard success minimum required. Which is exactly how I phrased it in the playtest, but it muddied the waters because players thought that they could counter an extreme success with a hard firearms check, and I'm like, no, that's not how it works. It has to be better than the enemy's attack. So then instead of doing that, I just made a counter skill, made it half of the firearm skill, and then it's just equal, same as like dodging, for example.
Okay.
Does that
So
make sense?
I had no issues with the additional skill, but equally
Andy says it was a bit confusing. I know for a fact that Joker got the wrong skill sometimes when he was looking at the sheet.
An invader has entered the fort. Prepare yourselves for an ambush.
But I was basically just saying to Andy, look, that confusion that you have, that Joker had, is better than the other one. Trust me on that.
I mean, with the other one line would clarify, I think.
I think the issue is the fact that I phrased it as offensive gunshot and defensive gunshot, because players think, well, what the fuck is this and what the fuck is that?
Yeah,
it's the exact same thing, it's just when you do it.
Yeah,
so if you do it proactively, it becomes an attack. If you do it reactively, it becomes a reaction. That's the simplicity of it. But because it's a reaction, it's a reflex thing, and it's not a thing like you're taking your time to aim and shoot, right? It's a reflex thing, which means it's harder to do. But anyway, look, I've already done all this thought and come up with the best way or what I felt was the best way of explaining a very complex concept in as few words as possible. And trust me, that is as few words as I could get with all the clarity that I needed.
Yeah,
so when I ran it for Anne's lot, there was a few lines that I had to add in afterwards, just for clarity's purposes, because players, for example, thought, oh, well, if the enemy's attack misses, then I can't counter. No, you absolutely can. Whether the attack actually hits you or not has no bearing on whether you can counter. Because they've tried the attack, and that's what you react to, right? It's the declaration, not the attack itself. And then I also had to add a line saying that I also added another line to say you have to declare the counter shot before the roll, because what was happening was players would wait to see how good the enemy attack was before they decided what to do. If that makes sense?
Yeah.
So instead of instead of oh, the enemy attacks, what are you doing? And then they say what they do. It was, oh, the enemy attacks, waited for me to roll. Oh, I got an extreme success. Oh, well, I'm not going to counter shot then because I'm definitely not going to succeed. And it sort of added that metagaminess to it. And I said, no, you have to do it before the roll. Because otherwise you'd just sit there waiting for the enemy's result and then you'd never ever counter unless you knew you could do it, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Anyway.
I've got your back.
Right. So Iman's enjoying the issues of writing his own house rules.
That's the thing, they're not my rules, they're the game rules that I'm trying to convert.
You're trying to emulate, yes, yeah.
If I had to make my own game, believe me, it would not be as fucking involved and complicated and as whatever as this. It would just be like Call of Cthulhu D100. Try not to muddy the waters with all this shit. Because the whole reason that I like Call of Cthulhu, aside from obviously the atmosphere, is the fact that I don't have to think about what to do.
Yeah, because it is fast moving, it flows.
And I don't want rules to get in the way of my game. I obviously want them to be there, and obviously to have the framework. and to supplement atmosphere and things like that. But when it starts getting to that point where it gets in the way, that's when it becomes an issue. And I definitely felt that that's how it was going to be, at least in certain regards, because inherently parrying and counter-shotting, or whatever you want to call it, is more of a video gamey thing than an RPG.
It is, yes. It is, yes. But you were trying to adapt a video game into an RPG, so you're going to have to make some concessions in terms of...
And the thing is, I could have just ignored that completely, but in the game, it's such a core mechanic. Like, if you took parrying or counter-shotting or riposting out of Bloodborne, it would be a totally different game. Because there's no risk versus reward then. Do you know what I mean? It's just straight combat, and combat isn't fun if there's no risk or reward.
I will say that counter-shotting thing, because guns were somewhat ineffective.
Yes.
It didn't feel like there was much reward.
Well, no, the reward is the stagger and the free hit afterwards.
That is true. Yeah.
The gunshots, the whole idea is that guns are not supposed to be used for offense.
Right, okay.
Guns don't recover health when you hit an enemy with them. Guns don't do a lot of damage when you hit an enemy with them. The whole point of the gun is simply for counter-shotting.
I mean, my plan...
But if I said to the players, oh, you've got a gun, but you can't use it unless you choose to counter, they're going to be like, well, what's the fucking point of having a gun?
Yeah. I mean, the way I basically wanted to play my character, though, because you had to choose either to dodge or use your gunshot. My dodge was very effective, so I was trying to draw the enemy, and have the enemy waste their attacks on me because my dodge was so good, and to create openings for everybody else. That was my plan.
Okay.
But to do that, I had to sacrifice any gunshot, really.
Yeah, but that's the trade-off that you make.
Yeah.
That which is exactly what you would do in the game. You see the enemy swinging at you, you go, oh shit, what do I do? And you make the decision in that moment. And so you have the ability to either dodge twice or fire and reload your firearm, which is exactly what would happen in the game.
Yeah.
Because theoretically, it takes the same amount of time to fire and reload as it would to dodge twice.
Okay.
And then I added the penalty dodges afterwards because I can't have players not dodge attacks, or at least not have a chance to. Because obviously the video game is constrained by the framework, but in an RPG it's like, you know, there's a bit of freedom there. So if the player wants to dodge after firing, they can give it a fucking try, but it's certainly not going to be as likely, you know?
Yeah.
And it's the difference between, you know, a boxer being able to dodge a 2-punch combination versus a 3-punch combination. But yeah, I mean, I had to put the offensive gunshot, defensive gunshot in there simply because if I give the players a gun and said, oh, you can't fire your gun unless you're countering, they're like, well, what's the fucking point?
Yeah.
You can't give someone a gun and say you're not allowed to use it for offense. Like, what the fuck? That's stupid. But in Bloodborne, if you choose to use your gun, you're not going to fucking kill anything.
I think, I mean... Thinking about it more and more afterwards, if I was going to change anything, I would probably lean a little bit away from the video game mechanics and aim towards simplicity.
But the thing is, with Bloodborne, like I said, counter-shotting is a core mechanic. Without that, it's not Bloodborne. It would just be something else.
To me, though, is it the mechanics that makes Bloodborne, or is it the story and atmosphere?
No, it's definitely the mechanics. There's loads of games that have a similar atmosphere, but Bloodborne is that one that has that feeling when you're in combat. That feeling of risk versus reward and rewarding your timing or your correct decision making, as it were.
Okay.
I mean, for example, Dark Souls doesn't have that. Sekiro doesn't have that. Bloodborne does.
Oh, hold on.
Think about how much longer those fights would have taken if you weren't able to counter-shot an enemy and stagger them.
Yeah, it would have been a fair bit longer. It would have been a fair bit longer.
And it would have dragged out and it wouldn't have been fun. And there's no feeling of, oh my god, I actually did something. But every time you landed an extreme success and staggered the enemy, did that not feel a little bit good?
Yeah.
Knowing that they couldn't dodge the next attack.
Yeah.
I added that simply as a reward for extreme success, instead of the maximum damage thing. Because maximum damage means maximum plus roll, right?
Yes.
But I just took it and meant max, like the max that you would be able to roll. Because otherwise you would fucking one-hit everything, basically, if you staggered them, which is a bit too overpowered.
Especially when the players are rolling a lot more attacks and a lot more dice.
Yes. And it's, yeah, like I said, because there was 4 of you, I had to find a way to balance it somehow. Because in Bloodborne, there's only 1 of you.
Yeah, but it was good. It was good. Good time spent. Good time spent with good people.
Yeah. Good times, good friends, good games. And not me, obviously, but them, good drinks, you know. Me,
Yeah,
good
well,
smokes.
Had a few drinky poos.
We also convinced a guy to buy Horror on the Orient Express, which is always nice.
Well, I hope he enjoys it. I hope we don't.
I'm sure we'll see him next year and he's going to report back to us.
Well, I hope we don't see him next year, because I hope he's playing Horror on the Orient Express instead of making his way to Chaosium Con to shout
No.
at us.
He can have a weekend off. Who knows? He might be running it during the weekdays.
I mean, instead of making his way to Chaosium Con to shout at us for wasting his money.
Ah, okay, I see what you mean. No, I'm sure he'll be grateful. I mean, you have to consider the fact that not only was I new to role-playing on the whole, but I was also relatively new to Call of Cthulhu. All my experience with Lovecraft was basically the bits that I've read and Bloodborne.
Yeah.
So that being my first campaign, it was a little bit daunting, like when you give me the invite and you said, oh, it's going to be, you know, 1.5 years, 2 years, and I was like, oh, can I commit to that? But the fact that I fucking showed up every single week, you know, week in, week out, consistently, should show you what that campaign has to offer, right?
Yeah.
The fact that Joker showed up week in and week out when he had zero, you know, he had even less idea than me of what role-playing games are.
Yeah.
And if it can do that for someone like me, someone like Joker, what would it do for those who are actually familiar and looking forward to this type of shit?
Yeah, true. I am very, very warm.
Yeah, me too.
It's a bit hot in Britain at the moment.
It was 32 here today, I think, was the highest.
Yeah,
What's it
about
been around
32.
yours? About 32.
About that, yeah, 32, 33-ish, around that.
It said it was going to hit 34 on the news. It probably did further down south.
Iman ran the Call of Cthulhu game, but it wasn't quite Call of Cthulhu. It was a tweaked version based on the Bloodborne video game. So we were fighting the various enemies you see in Bloodborne, including a big horror pig.
Yeah, so they encountered a beast patient, they encountered a mob of villagers who were corrupted, they encountered a troll, a giant pig, and Father Gascoigne, the enemy at the end.
Gaza.
Good old Gaza got too coked up and went off on a mad one.
Yep. Yep. We never found a chippy.
There was,
yes, we did.
you know, the
we
pig.
did. Go on. Yeah.
The pig was actually an optional encounter, but you guys were doing all right for time, and I
Yeah.
thought, oh, well, it'll be funny as well if I called it a Manfred. So.
Yes. Yeah. I'm a little disappointed you didn't allow me to try and castrate it.
You shoved your fucking cane up its butthole and ripped its intestines out. What more do you want?
I wanted to slash its sack open. That's what I was trying to do.
I'm sorry, is eviscerating buttholes not good enough for you?
No, it is good enough. That is good enough. I mean,
I was just being facetious.
yeah.
The funny thing is, I think I already told you, but that's actually a thing in the game. Like, if you get a visceral attack on the pig, you either stick your hand in its mouth or stick your hand up its butt.
This wasn't my hand, though, was it? This was my my
This
sharp.
was your cane.
Yeah, my cane.
Your threaded cane, which converts into a whip. That was a thing that I chose not to include, by the way.
The whip.
Because you know, when you're in the pictures I showed you of the weapons, there's 2 forms for each weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the thing in Bloodborne where you can transfer the weapon. Convert the weapon between different states. And it does like different damages and has different ranges and all that type of stuff. But that would have been so fucking confusing in combat.
Yeah.
Because Call of
keep it simple.
Cthulhu is theatre of the mind, and I'm not doing that whole spacing thing, you know what I mean? So if I did that, you know, you'd all have like basically 2 effective ranges for combat, which would make things a lot more confusing. So I just made it effectively melee range, firearm range. There you go, done. And then I just added the flavor text for like the transformation stuff.
Yep. Right, I've got to try and find a key to get through here. Requires a key to open. I don't know where the key is. I haven't found it. So what am I missing? What am I missing? Is it down here? Oh, I haven't been in here before. It's got to be in here. Knapsack.
It's good
There
to
we
have
are.
Nostorian back with us. I haven't heard from him in a while.
It is, yes, it is.
He did message me a while back, apologising that he's been absent recently, and you know, life and all that. And I said, mate, don't worry about it.
He's got himself a lady friend, so...
I'm not sure if this was after he got his lady friend or before, because this is the first I've heard about her.
Life happens.
Yeah, and I just thought it was really sweet of him to message and to even feel like he needs to apologise. I'm thinking, man,
look,
you don't need to apologise for having a life. Like, fucking hell.
He messaged you. Notice he messaged you and not me. Do I bite? Do I bite?
Do you know what it is? I think people seem to feel comfortable with me, which is not a bad thing.
And
But
they don't
oftentimes I
feel
sit here
comfortable with me.
wondering,
Okay.
why
And
me?
they don't feel comfortable with me. No, I'm just an old weirdo. Yeah.
No, it's nothing to do with that.
I'm the creepy old man. Yeah, okay.
No, it's nothing to do with that. Well, I mean, I don't think it is. Maybe ask them, but
Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Yeah.
but like, I'll get random messages from like, you know, Grim Squirrel, for example. And it's not that she doesn't talk to other people on the server. She does.
Mm.
But I just seem to be one of those people that people, you know, don't mind messaging here or there.
As long as
Which is
you
fine.
get all the messages from bots and spammers as well. That's what matters.
Oh yeah, you know I'm doing my best to keep on top of those knobheads.
Yes. Pew.
But yeah, I mean, I do seem to have this strange magic power of making people feel comfortable with me.
Well, that's good.
But I think, yeah, it's a good thing. But I genuinely don't know how I do it.
Right. I'm in a fight. Hold on.
Yeah, I can hear it. I can see it.
Oh, I just shot Lydia in the back because she keeps standing in front of me.
Jeb says that is exactly what he was saying. Take it that exactly that way.
No more. I heal. I've failed.
There we go. Got them.
Nosorian says, you're a very likable person too, but maybe Iman makes people feel safe. I know, because I've messaged him too. I don't know, I mean, it depends on who you ask. Hey, Andy. I mean, certain people,
To be honest,
definitely don't make them feel safe, you know?
to be honest, I'm glad you're getting the messages.
Means
I'm
it's got less for you to deal with.
I'm pretty bad at keeping on top of personal messages and whatever, because I have a habit of checking my my Discord while I'm at work, and then reading something, getting distracted, and then completely forgetting I've read it. And of course now the notification's disappeared, and I don't see it for another 2 weeks. Then I think, shit, I should have replied to so and so.
Yeah, when I was on your Discord sorting out the admin onboarding thing, I was thinking, fucking hell, all these unreplied messages, mate, what are you doing? Don't get me wrong, I'm not the kind of person necessarily that responds to every message I get, and definitely not straight away a lot of the time.
Yeah.
But like, for example, right now I'm free, I'm streaming with you, and I finally got a chance to sit down, so now is like the time where I would respond to people. So like Andy, for example, sent me these rules modifications like hours and hours ago, and I've only just, before the stream started, had a chance to finally sit down and read through it.
Mm. I mean, if I didn't read through my Discord messages at work, then I'd probably be a lot better at replying, because for me,
you'd still have the notification when you got home.
Yeah. And for me, it's very much out of sight, out of mind. Once my attention is taken away from something, I struggle to get it back.
That's why I often take notes of things on my phone. And I know you don't really have your phone on you all the time either.
No, I do that on purpose. Because
But that is exactly why when I remember something, and I'm going to forget, it's like, right, write it down on my phone, and then when I look at my notes, I'm like, oh shit, I needed to do that. And I think it partially to compensate for the fact that I smoke weed and my memory's not great, you know?
Yeah.
Let's get going then.
I mean, I go places without my phone on purpose, because I don't want those distractions of having a mobile phone with me.
And that is partially also like a generational thing. Because obviously since I was like 12, 13, I've had a phone. You know?
Yeah. I mean, it annoys me somewhat that everything's moved so much away from landlines, because I preferred having a landline. And the days when you go out and people would phone you, and if you didn't answer, they'd just assume you'd gone out.
Yeah, and I do very much agree with you in the sense that now it feels like you're at everyone's beck and call at a moment's notice.
Well, yeah, and I'm not going to be. That's the thing. I refuse to be at everyone's beck and call because I need to have my own me time.
So my dad's best friend, he has never owned a mobile phone.
Good on him.
Yeah, and he's an accountant. You can imagine that would be very useful in that line of work to not have that distraction all the time.
Yep, yep.
And on top of that, he's also like one of the happier older gentlemen that I know because...
Of course he is.
Because he's not being bombarded with all that fucking negativity and social media and shit all the time, you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Whereas my dad, like, don't get me wrong, I love my dad, bless him, but he will sit there and watch the news and get depressed. He will scroll through the news on his phone and get depressed, and it's like, why bother, you know?
Yeah.
Like, yes, shit is happening in the world. Yeah, it's good to be aware of it, but to be constantly, you know, being fed that, what does it do to your mental health, you know?
You've got to be willing to put it down and walk away from it.
So, yeah. But like, even so, when I was with Sophie, for example, like, she was the only person that I would respond to instantly, regardless of what I was doing, right?
Yeah.
Because that's the kind of dedication I put towards a partner. To my friends, obviously, I still have a level of dedication to them, and depending on the urgency of what it is, I might respond instantly, or I might respond when I have a decent chance. But I would never ignore them. Do you know what I mean? Whereas if I didn't like someone, I just ignore them.
I mean, with me, quite often, I don't know where my phone is at the moment. It's probably in my work bag, but I don't know for certain, and I probably won't even look at it now until I'll put it on charge at some point tomorrow. But until I decide to do that, I won't even look at it. Right, so I've completed this quest anyway. And yes, Andy, we were talking about Chaos SimCon just before you got here. It was indeed. It was good. It was good to catch up with people. Good to have a beverage.
Yeah, and it was good for Joker and Andy to finally meet.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I hope it was Andy.
These Reavers are a bit tough for me.
I feel like when you've gamed with someone online for a certain length of time, you obviously get a decent indication of who that person is and how they are, etc. But
yeah,
when you meet them in person, it's like a level up in the friendship, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Because you see like their actual body language, like, and you're like, oh, you're not just a floating head and shoulders behind a screen, you know. And obviously, we all know we're all real people, but it just helps cement and solidify that, if that makes sense, right?
Yeah. Right, Lydia's finishing off these for me, hopefully.
Because especially in the era of everything being, you know, online and internet and all this, like, it is easy to forget that, yeah, we're all actually people behind these screens.
Yeah, that is true.
And I see it a lot in like YouTube comment sections, for example, where people are arguing with each other over the most senseless shit, and it's like, what's the point? What are you guys achieving by doing this?
And would they be doing that if they were face to face? No, they
Probably
wouldn't.
fucking not, right?
No.
And I think as well, there's something to be said for like, everybody is able to have an opinion and to voice that opinion on the internet.
Yeah.
And I know there's no real way of policing this, but I genuinely do believe some people should not be allowed to voice their opinion online.
Well, I don't think you're wrong. I really don't think you're wrong, because yeah, there are certain opinions that are, shall we say, less valid than others.
Yes. Or should we say, more misinformation than information sometimes.
Yes.
Things like that, you know.
Let's just,
but it's good to be there in person with people that you are very friendly with, you've known for such a long time, and you don't get to see each other often, you know.
Yeah.
And that is one good thing about the modern era, is the fact that, look, in any other era of life, you and I might never have met. Me and Andy might never have met. Me and Joker, me and Mike. Hell, even you and Mike.
Yeah.
You know, and you guys both live in Birmingham, but there's still a chance that you might never have met had it not been for the way the world is now.
Well, I met him through a gaming group at a gaming shop, so
Okay.
probably would still have met Mike.
Maybe. Okay.
But would I have got back into gaming? I got back into RPGs by finding a local gaming group on the internet.
There you go. See?
But that wasn't that group. That was a different group.
But I know I wouldn't have met you if it weren't for the internet.
No, true.
Because I came
Absolutely.
across you through YouTube.
Absolutely.
I'd have not had, let me think, I'd have not had 4 out of the 6 girlfriends I've had it not been for the internet. I'm not saying I met them online, I'm saying I, got to that relationship stage sort of by talking with them online, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know, we're in a very unique period in human history, you know. We're more interconnected than we've ever been.
A little bit of news. Holly's had her first transfer approach from another club.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
She's not going to accept, but there's a club in Tier 5 who want to poach her.
As long as they've seen enough of her and they like what she can do.
Yeah, this is Tier 5, so that's 2 tiers above the level where she's playing at the moment.
But that says something for her level of skill.
Yeah.
And she's only, what, 22?
21.
21, even better, see?
She'll be 22 in a couple of weeks.
Oh, okay. I wasn't far off then. No, but you see the point, like, that she's getting approached from clubs, 2 tiers above when she's barely out of her teens,
Yeah. And her coach has said, well, Holly, this is going to be the first of many.
And you know what? They're not wrong.
No.
There's, it must do something for your ego, though,
Yeah.
in a way, right? Not that she's got to get to her head. She's not that type of person,
But I'm proud of the fact. I mean, when I first found out she didn't want to push on too seriously with her football, and would rather play for fun and focus on a career. Okay, it's the sensible thing. Though I was a little disappointed because I did have visions of watching her play at a higher
like
level.
Chelsea Wibbings or whatever. It
No,
might
I
be,
mean
yeah.
never that high, but at a higher level. But looking at it now, I'm extremely proud that she's got her priorities right, and that her main aim is to try and keep her team together.
And the thing is with you as well, John, like, I know you, at least I think I know you well enough to know that even if she did choose to pursue that full time, you'd have supported her regardless.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it's that support that makes the difference, you know?
Yes.
It really is.
And, I mean, fair play to her for understanding the limitations of how far you can go in the women's game, unless you're in absolute highest echelon.
Unless you're like the Ronda Rousey of football, yeah.
Yeah, there just isn't the money. Kill a family of the Netches. There we go. Let's get some Netch jelly. But no, I'm proud that her priority is her friends, and I think she's got her head screwed on for that. She's good. Can I carry much more? I have a feeling I'm all right. I'm all right. Just finding a lot of locations and getting some bits and pieces on this one. So I haven't played this character for about 2 weeks. Hello, Lydia. Ooh, more Ashbourne.
What's the word I'm looking for?
Knob?
Yes, maybe.
Tosser?
Came a long way.
There it is. It's running away. Fraidy cat. It's got an arrow sticking out of its arm.
There. That's the word. Consolidate.
Oh, you're working on your rules.
No, I was just messaging Andy back, but I couldn't think of the word that I was trying to say. Because I was thinking, obviously in my head I had the idea of like, you know, merging or combining or taking elements from one and the other and creating a new whole. I was thinking, what's the word? What's the word? What's the word? I was like, there we go, consolidate.
Consolidate.
Because he sent me like his modified versions of the rules, and I haven't had a chance to properly sit down, look at them, and consolidate it into like a better format yet. I was
Okay.
just messaging back saying that.
So what's in Rodolph's cellar? I can't see a thing.
Open your eyes then. It is dark in here, to be fair.
It is very, very dark. That looks like everything down here that's of any use. Don't do any cooking.
Which character is this, Geeko?
This is Thealde.
Oh, Thealde, okay. That's the orc one, isn't it?
No, it's the
Was that the evil wizard?
evil wizard. Yes,
Oh no.
he's not been
Are you
doing
gonna
any.
become-
He's not been doing any evil things in this session. It's just roaming.
Have you are you gonna consider going into necromancy?
He is quite good at the old conjuration spells. It's just he doesn't. I haven't been using necromancy, so
I'm not even sure if you can, to be honest.
you can you can raise bodies, can't you?
I don't know, can you?
Yeah, yeah. Right. How do I complete the quest I'm on? What am I doing? What am I doing?
You're asking us.
Return to Captain Veleth. Okay. He'll be at Raven Rock.
Keep moving.
Is this him over here? Hello?
News do you bring from Fort?
I killed
My
General
suspicions
Carriers.
he was undead. How else could he have survived for over 200 years? It's a shame.
He's either undead or a vampire. There's only two ways.
Carriers' exploits, including the founding of Raven Rock. Councillor Morvain told me to give this to you if you made it back in one piece. And you got rid of General Curious. Better than a soldier's pay, so you should be thankful.
Oh, 7,500.
He's got quite a northern accent, doesn't he?
Yes, yeah,
Sorry to
yeah.
bother you. Second Councillor Rano asked me to come find you. All he wanted me to do is track you. Look, this is important. Please, go speak to the second Councillor as soon as
As
possible.
soon as possible. Okay. Go and talk to them.
Andy's just messaged me reminding me to remind you that we've not got a Manfred tomorrow.
We've not got a Manfred tomorrow. Okay. What's Manfred doing tomorrow? What's his excuse?
Probably oinking at someone or something.
Oh, okay.
No, he does actually have something. Let me just find it. Oh no, he didn't actually say. I thought he said. No, he didn't actually say. Yeah, he says he's not going to be able to make out a Call of Cthulhu game tomorrow night. No worries if Freddy dies. He didn't really do much of an in yet anyway.
Okay.
But don't kill him on porpoise.
I'm not going to kill him on purpose. I mean, you lot might kill him on purpose. Which of course is up to you.
Me? I'm not the one who got anyone killed.
No, no.
I tried to save people and actually succeeded somehow. I mean, there's one character, unfortunately, that couldn't be saved.
No, no.
But it wasn't my fault that he got into that situation, when it's Silas's fault.
It was Silas and Freddy.
Oh, Freddy. Oh, dear. I wonder if Manfred will do a drive-by oinking.
We shall see. We shall see. Right. I'm going to head back to my house to make some stuff.
Good idea. Good idea. Honestly, John, I'm not gonna lie to you. Part of me has been thinking about that fucking boxing fight all weekend. Like, what the fuck?
Did any of you lot in chat watch the boxing at the weekend? If so, we would like to know what you thought of it, because as you all know, no, let them say. But as they will all know, I've done martial arts. Iman does a bit of boxing training and is a big fan of boxing. So we are coming at it from, okay, neither of us are boxers who get in the ring and fight.
No.
But
I've sparred a few rounds, that's it. You know, that's the only experience I have.
But we are coming from a position somewhat of having a little bit of experience in the fighting game, and
Andy also being a black belt.
Yeah.
I need to ask you to stop. Can't say I've heard of any laws.
I'm not stopping shouting.
It's so funny.
I've got my eye on.
Like, stop shouting. You're disturbing people. I'm sorry. Is it illegal? I suppose it isn't.
Then I'm going to keep shouting.
But do you see what I mean, John? It's little stuff like that makes Skyrim feel like a real world.
Yeah.
What other games do you know would go to that level of detail?
Not many.
Not many.
Not many. Have I got Ice Storm with this character?
I mean, most video games have that logic of, well, you're the main character, you can do what you want and no one questions the thing. No, here, people question fucking everything. You walk around with a healing spell in your hand and people question it.
Ice Storm's really good for salmon fishing.
Row, 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 you dragonborn. What about the barnacles?
I haven't got many. I've got a few barnacles with this character. I need to get some more.
No one in chat is saying anything about the boxing match.
No.
Well, in my opinion, it could have been a shock of the ages, but it wasn't. It still kind of was, though.
In my opinion, 39-year-old Usyk might just be the last Usyk we see, and if anything, I would like it to be.
Yeah,
because
in a way, I kind of agree. I mean, for me personally, the best version of Usyk I've ever seen is the first Anthony Joshua fight.
Right.
That was the quickest, the best, the most fluid, the most everything I've seen him. Since then, obviously, he has had a lot of success, but you'd be remiss to not notice the decline, the trend, you know?
Because he's getting older.
Yeah, when he fought, I think he was 32 or 33. Like, 6 years is, especially when you're in your 30s, is a bigger difference than when you're in your 20s.
Yeah.
Because I went back and watched the first Anthony Joshua fight before he fought Verhoeven, just to like remind myself of like why I fell in love with this guy. And that version of Usyk, he would beat absolutely anybody, and I challenge anyone to disagree with me. That version of Usyk beats any heavyweight ever.
And Usyk
So
has
far.
never. Usyk, I mean, there is the possibility he underestimated Verhoeven, but I don't believe he would have done, because he's never done that with any opponent before. In fact, he is known for his preparation and the way he works out his opponents.
And he's also known for his humility.
Yep.
Like, he would not have taken Verhoeven lightly.
No.
And to be fair, like, people say, like, Usyk's age is a factor, and it is, but
course it is.
Verhoeven's not exactly young himself. He's 37, you know? If he was fighting a 27-year-old, right, fair enough, that's a much more valid case. But Verhoeven is towards the end of his career as well.
The other thing to think about is Usyk's been through a lot of shit in the last few years.
Yeah, I heard, apparently, his daughter had to be taken into a bomb shelter or something because there was an attack nearby, and you know, to be dealing with that when you're thousands of miles away.
Yeah.
I won't push down anyone, you know. So maybe that is a big factor, you know.
So maybe he is just quite simply tired, and the years are catching up with him because he is tired.
But I think it was just the magnitude of it, right? Like, no one's gone into a boxing ring who isn't a boxer and done that well against the best.
No.
The fact that he even won that many rounds says, like, what the fuck? We didn't expect this.
And the fact that it can be argued that the stoppage was very much premature. And
Verhoeven, like, for all his, you know, size and, you know, physique and conditioning and whatever, his boxing his rhythm was just really erratic and broken and unusual, and he didn't box like a boxer, and I think that is a big factor.
But it was effective, and he's a big, strong guy.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But it wasn't his size and his condition. Well, the conditioning was obviously a huge part of it. But it was the way he boxed. He didn't box like an amateur. He didn't box like a professional. He boxed fucking weirdly. Like, he almost boxed like, you know, the boxers in the 50s and 60s.
Okay. I need more garlic.
Like, he fought more like Rocky Marciano than Muhammad Ali, if you want to put it that way.
Thank you again for resolving my problem.
Here we go. So we have Nordic Barnacle, Salmon Roe, and Garlic. Best potion.
Nice.
It was behooven to keep on moving.
It's-
Very, very good, Brian. Very good, Brian.
And one thing Verhoeven did really, really well, which no one really seems to be talking about, is how he used his foot positioning against the southpaw.
And Andy, the reason why he was bent double seemed to be that he was trying to keep his chin down and protected.
And also keep his body sort of compact to give less surface area to target.
Yeah, yeah.
And it is very unusual for a taller man to fight shorter like that. But again, that plays into why he did well against Usyk, because Tyson Fury fought like a tall guy against Usyk, and he nearly got chinned.
Yep.
In fact, the most similar fight that I've seen with Usyk is Derek Chisora. That's who Verhoeven fought like. He just took no shit and just fucking came forward regardless and just...
He fought like a faster, more athletic
A
Chisora.
faster, more athletic Chisora is such a good way of putting it, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that was Usyk's toughest fight until the weekend. And to think that Tyson Fury, you know, basically wiped the floor with Chisora 3 times, but Tyson Fury both times was an easier fight for Usyk than Chisora ever was.
It just shows that it is like rock paper scissors, isn't it?
Styles make fights. It really is the case. But I still maintain that that version of Usyk that fought Anthony Joshua the first time would have beat absolutely anyone.
My friend Maven and I. Have you met Maven?
Everybody was writing him off. Oh, he's just a blown-up cruiserweight, this, that. And I swear, I felt like the only person out of all my friends that I talked to that actually thought Usyk was going to win. And it's that same kind of feeling that I had when Usyk was about to fight Rico over the weekend. Like, I don't know, something tells me... You just have that gut feeling, you know? As much as I loved AJ, I just had a gut feeling he was going to lose to Usyk. As much as I loved Usyk, as much as I love Usyk, I just had a gut feeling he was going to lose to Verhoeven, and the referee, you know, stopped that from happening. It's not even that. The referee stopped Usyk from having a legitimate knockout win. Because I fully believe if round 12 did happen, that Usyk would have chinned him.
Yeah.
But all he did was give Usyk a questionable win rather than a legitimate win, you know?
Correct.
Maybe they did it on purpose to get a rematch. I've no fucking clue. It's all about the money, isn't it, really?
It is, yeah, it is. But yeah, I mean, the stoppage was odd.
The stoppage was the most strange stoppage I've ever seen live. Like,
yeah, it was the timing of it. The timing was all over the place.
Like, you're telling me that Usyk did all that to Fury in round 9 of their first fight and that didn't get stopped. You're telling me that Dubois did all that to Wardley for 2 rounds more than necessary before it got stopped.
Yeah.
And then this happened and he got stopped straight away when it probably shouldn't have. Like, I'm sorry, that's just fucking weird. Wardley might have had years taken off his career just from those 2 extra rounds of battering he took.
Yes.
And the amount of balls he has to go in straight, jump in for the rematch, fair fucking play to him, you know. But
well, he showed the size of his knackers in that fight. He was taking a beating, but he would not go down, would he?
He wouldn't. He just wouldn't. And, you know, fair enough. Maybe it looked worse because Verhoeven actually went down. You know, and he was on wobbly legs, and he wasn't aware of where he was for a second or 2 there. But, I mean, I showed you the video afterwards when I was at yours, John. That his powers of recovery cannot be questioned.
No, true. Absolutely.
Like, he's used to taking, like, head kicks, body kicks, leg kicks, knees, elbows, and he can recover from all of those. I'm sure he can recover from 1 clean punch. 2 or 3 more after that, maybe not.
Yeah,
but
but
give
we,
him a fucking chance.
I say he was robbed of that chance. We were robbed of seeing whether we could do it, and Usyk was robbed of a chance to properly finish him off, which he probably would have done in that 12th round. But we will never know.
And I definitely don't agree with the people that said that Usyk's lucky. No. He's not lucky. He had to land that fucking punch, and he did. That's not luck.
Yeah.
But what happened afterwards was not down to him.
No.
Like, he still threw that barrage of punches and whatever, but it was the referee's decision to step in. That had nothing to do with Usyk.
No.
And, yeah, it's just fucking weird. But yeah, he's not lucky. Like, he deserved the win, but it wasn't as definitive or as decisive as it should have been, because it wasn't given a chance to be.
No.
Hey, you mix posters, right?
I wonder if it's going to be...
We've seen our fair share of boxing fights over the years, and you're just there yelling at the screen, "Ref, what are you doing? Stop the fight!"
Yeah.
This was probably the first time ever I've been like, "Ref, what are you doing? Why did you stop the fight?"
Yeah. Hey, that's chaos damage.
Damn, that's pretty bad.
A chemical...
34,000 gallons.
How close to Disneyland?
Which Disneyland, by the way?
Well, there's Disneyland and Disney World.
Oh, I didn't even realise.
One of them's in...
Disney World is in Paris, then, I take it.
No, there's Disney World and Disneyland in the USA. Disneyland...
Which one's in Paris?
There's also Disney World in Paris as well.
Okay, that's Disney World. Okay.
Yeah, but there is a Disney World in Florida, and there's a Disneyland in California.
Right, okay. My light seems to have died.
The Florida one is the bigger one.
Yeah, Jeb says California's Disneyland, Florida's Disney World. Fair enough. I mean, fuck if I'll remember that, but I'll try. Another useful tidbit, I suppose. Can never have too much knowledge, eh, John?
No. I can't reach the garlic. I'm having to jump to get the garlic. Let me take your garlic. The garlic thief struck in Whiterun again. Heh. There we go. Can't keep those garlic braids away from me. There's 3 more garlics. Yes. Dead Kennedys.
Come to Dragon's Reach to discuss
Dead
your
Kennedys, Brian.
like the rest of the great warriors.
Do you remember, I don't know if you watched this fight about 5-6 years ago in the UFC, but there was a really bad stoppage where, like, this guy was getting absolutely pummeled into the canvas, like 9, 10, 11, 12 unanswered punches. The guy was out after punch 2 or 3.
think you might have
And
shown
it was
me.
so bad, the commentator literally yelled, "Ref, stop the fight!" And you could just hear it over the crowd. Oh no, it might have been during COVID. Maybe that's why you could hear it. But you could just hear the commentator just yell, "Ref, stop the fight!" And it's funny because we were all probably yelling it as well at home watching the fight. And it's crazy, you know, you can have stoppages like that, where someone nearly dies. And then you could have other ones like what happened on the weekend where someone who deserves a fucking chance, by the way. Not like he was losing the fight up until that point. You know, he deserved to see it through to the end.
We reckoned he was 4 or 5 rounds up, didn't we?
I mean, at the very most, I could give Usyk 4 rounds. And that's me trying to be biased towards him.
Because you're an Usyk fanboy. And you accept that.
And I do. But that, like, if I'm a fanboy and I'm saying I can only give him 4 rounds at most, that shows the level that Rico showed, right?
Yeah.
Because I know there'll be delusional fanboys who'll say, yeah, Usyk was winning and blah, blah, blah. But I'd like to think that I'm relatively level-headed and see things objectively, and I think objectively, Usyk was not winning that fight up until, you know, the last, you know, minute and a half of round 11.
Nordic Barnacle. Have you got Nordic Barnacles here? No. Okay. I've just emptied those.
But
So,
one thing, regardless of the result, go on.
The song that Brian has just quoted, do you know who sang it?
Didn't you already say?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, so you kind of spoiled it. But I've heard of them.
You've heard it. Have you ever heard any Dead Kennedys?
I'm trying to remember the song that I've heard. Holiday in Cambodia, probably.
Holiday in Cambodia, yes.
Yeah, it is, yeah. I thought that was by them.
I've just accidentally taken it.
Holiday in Cambodia, it's comfy, but it's a lie.
I've just accidentally taken all the stuff out of my chest.
Fuck's sake.
So my carry weight at the moment is 4,200.
Oh, you fucker. What have you done? Just reload your save, man. It'll be quicker. Just fucking reload your save.
No.
John, I swear to God.
No.
I will come back down there and punch your head in. It's not just me you're making suffer through this, you know.
It's everybody, and you've all got to suffer my pain with me.
This is the high quality content we all tune in for.
Absolutely. I will be taking a few bits of this back, but I'm going to be very selective in what I take back. And I'm wondering why I'm carrying some of this stuff. You've spoken to Jello Biafra. It's a holiday in Cambodia. Tune. I will admit I don't know a lot of Dead Kennedy songs. I just know the ones I used to leap around to on student dance floors in 1991-ish.
The UFC White House card is next month, I think.
What's that?
They're doing a UFC card on the lawn of the White House.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, no, genuinely, yeah.
Feels a bit odd to me.
Yeah, do you know what? They're calling it UFC Freedom 250. Can you guess why?
Keep sport and politics apart.
Yep. Anyway, there's some good fights on there, to be fair. Ilya Toporia's fighting Justin Gaethje for the title.
I don't know much about UFC, I have to admit. So,
Well,
I only
you
know
must
the
have
names.
heard some of the names.
I've not heard of either of those two.
So, Ilya Toporia's knocked out Volkanovski,
No, I don't know.
Max
That's,
Holloway,
no, I don't know these
and
names.
Charles Oliveira. No?
I don't know. No. Oh, the bit I don't know these names.
Okay, so Ilya Topuria has knocked out the best featherweight of all time, the second best featherweight of all time, and probably the second best lightweight of all time. All in a row.
So he's fairly good.
He's just a bit good. He's fucking scary. That's what he is. And he's only 5'7", apparently. I think he's actually your height, John. I think he's actually 5'5", because Messi's 5'7", and he's shorter than Messi. Anyway, yeah, it's got Topuria versus Gaethje, who's like another one of the best lightweights of all time, and Pereira versus Cyril Gane. You know who Pereira is, obviously.
I've heard of the name Pereira, yeah.
And Cyril Gane is the guy that poked Tom Aspinall's eyes. The chief.
Right, okay.
Remember we were in Clericon and I just randomly shouted out loud, fucking whatever I shouted out.
Yeah.
And you thought it was aimed at the guy who we were just speaking to. I was actually I'm reading what happened with Cyril Gane. I was like, that would say probably fucking prick or something along those lines. Josh Hockett's fighting Derek Lewis as well. Yeah, that's right, Brian. Yeah. So, Josh Hockett, John, you don't need to know much about him as a fighter, but him as a person, fucking hell, he's just one of those knobheads who will attack anyone for anything, and it's so great to watch. He was at a press conference and no one was safe. And sometimes you just need a guy like that to rile things up, you know. But you could tell he's not like actually a knobhead, like he's just doing it for like to rile people up. Might be a decent heavyweight contender for the future, who knows?
Right, so things I need to carry. There, I've now emptied all the stuff, so what am I going to carry? What soul gems?
Derek Lewis, the guy he's fighting, is the guy who has the most knockouts in UFC history. So you probably don't want to piss him off.
I don't use soul gems very often with this character. Cleaned all that down. I'm going to use. I'm going to take all my minor healing potions. I'm going to take regular healing potions. I'm going to take plentiful healing. Yeah, take all of those. I'm going to take my minor magicka potions. And I'm going to take my minor stamina potions.
Okay, now that
That-
we've suffered through that,
Yeah, yeah. There we go. I think I have everything I need. Right, arrows. I'm going to give my best arrows to Lydia.
she's not your wife in this one, is she?
No, Muri is my wife in this one.
I'm right behind you.
Muri.
Yes.
I met you.
Remind me?
The one who gets you to assassinate some people.
Right, yeah, okay. And then your orc character is married to Mjol?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, yeah. Right, I'm all checked in now, yeah, we're good. Interesting that your first character got married last.
Yeah. No. This character can probably do with making Lydia some better stuff.
What kind of build are you on this one? You're not wearing armor really, are you? Are you wearing robes?
Yeah, yeah. I'm a mage, and I've got like I'll show you. Show you a bit when I've got this unloaded.
You could be the
Okay.
ultimate chaos mage and just use the wabberjack and everything.
This one hasn't got the wabberjack. But, Archmage robes, and he wears elven boots of eminent stamina. I could probably do with changing those, couldn't I?
So light armor definitely then.
Exquisite glass gauntlets that do 38% extra one-handed attack damage. Morokai is my hat, which
Oh, Morokai is sick.
then he's got enchanted ring, increasing health by 20 points. Guldur amulet fragment, magicka by 30 points. So I could definitely make better stuff.
Yeah, it could be a little bit more tailored towards magic, but we could work on that now if you want.
Yeah. Do orcs hook up with elves? Well, anyone could hook up with anybody in this game, but
Just like real life.
yeah. But in this game, my nastiest character has hooked up with an attractive young lady who paid for 2 assassinations. And one of those was just purely due to revenge.
That's a motive, isn't it?
And my orc has hooked up with a warrior woman. I just thought that would be
Makes
very
sense.
apt.
Yeah, no, of course, you want strong genes.
Yes. Where is Muri?
Thank you again for resolving my.
How do orcs choose their leader? Is it the strongest?
That's Muri. That's my missus. Usually, yeah.
Thank you again for resolving my problem.
So, is it like if someone else wants to lead, they have to like challenge the leader to like a one-on-one combat type thing, or?
Yeah, that'd be the way I'd do it. Do you mind cooking something for me? There we go.
I'll have another meal ready tomorrow.
The reason
should
I asked
say-
is because I was having a discussion with my brother earlier about that type of thing.
Yeah. That's how orcs work. They only fear strength. That's in D&D type stuff. That's what keeps them in.
It's like
That's
the
what
only
keeps-
thing they can like understand to be afraid
Yeah.
of. If that makes sense.
Well, no, they respect strength.
Yeah, respect is probably a better way of putting it.
Yeah. So, the orc leader tends to be the biggest, hardest one.
Yeah. The Ard bastard. You know, without the H. Ard bastard.
So there you go. That's Muri. That is my wife.
Goodbye, my love.
Goodbye, my love. Okay. What time is it, by the way?
It's 22 past 11.
22 past 11. Okay.
Thank you again for resolving my.
So I was going to do a bit more tidying up of stuff, to be honest.
Yeah. Go for another 20 minutes or so if you want.
Yeah. So I'm going to take all my ingredient stuff. Don't know why I've got bloody rags.
Rags to riches.
Okay. We'll take these down to make these into stuff. Hello, Jim. How are you? Jim Marshall, broadcaster. That sounds posh.
Jim. Are you famous, Jim? Are you a broadcaster?
Got some good pieces out here.
He I know Jim through the racing, and he commentates on a Toyota GR86 championship. That
Oh,
I
so
would
he is okay.
and I would compete in that championship if it was on a different night of the week. But it's on a Sunday night.
Oh, you got prior commitments.
Yep. It's my pub quiz night.
Well, nice to meet you, Jim. I'm Iman. I'm the devil on John's shoulder.
Yes. I was driving earlier. I drove in the Jetta League. Didn't go too well. In the first race, I spun very early on cold tyres, and ended up finishing 8th or 9th out of 10. On pace alone, 9th was my pace today. There was only a small field, and those boys are very quick in Jettas. And then I had a blue screen of death, which meant I missed the start of race 2, and I was a lap down. No way I was making that back. And then in the final race, I had a coming together with the guy who was the most similar pace to me. It was down. It was a bit of a racing incident, though. If you're gonna portion blame, it would be on the fact that I clipped a curb and slid off the curb, which was just enough to push me across in front of him. He could have given me a little bit more room, but he gave me a car width, which is all he has to do, and I just slid off the curb into him, and that made me meatball. So I finished last but 1 or 2, last. Marvellous.
Yeah.
But to be honest, that's a league where I joined it just for a bit of fun. I've been driving that car for a few months. The guys I'm up against have been driving that car for 7 or 8 years. I was the lowest rated driver in there by 400 or 500 points. I'm the least experienced driver in there by a country mile. So it's one of those.
I tell you what, Jim, you'd have had a laugh commentating over my driving on the weekend. Isn't that right, John?
Yeah, Iman had a go at the driving games. I've got he had to go at Assetto Corsa Rally, though my computer problems did scupper him in one of the stages. But
yeah, I was just on the track, and then all of a sudden it lagged, and then 2 seconds later I was in a pile of bushes and trees.
Yes, missing parts of car.
Which, when we watched it on the replay, it looked hilarious.
It looked very funny. Yeah.
Did we should have saved it. Fuck.
Should have done.
Oh well.
But
I'm
I gave him
also
a go.
sometimes the angel and the guiding hand. By the way, I'm not always a bad influence.
Yeah. He had a go on my rig on iRacing on time trials as well. I downloaded.
I had a little do last year as well, but I had another little do this year. It was fun.
I downloaded Mugello because we've got a league race there this week. I drove 2 laps of it, an out lap and a lap to set a time, and then said, "Okay, man, there you go. See how close you get." You got within
The answer? Not very.
7 or 8 seconds, I think it was, wasn't it? Somewhere around there. But he hasn't played the game much. The Toyota Geo86. And then I gave him a go in the NASCAR. He was going around Daytona in a NASCAR Mustang.
Yeah, I got to turn left and drive really fast for a good few minutes.
Yeah, yeah.
It was fun though, because John was also like trying to sort of coach me on how to improve like little bits here and there, and it did actually help. Like you could see the difference that it was making, which was nice. It's always nice to get that.
And I'm no expert. I mean, my rating.
No, you're better than me.
I mean, give you an idea of Jim's rating. Jim's double my rating.
Oh fucking hell! Okay.
Yeah. So.
But still, I mean, you know, I'm a complete novice basically, and you're at least somewhat experienced. So any level of experience beyond mine is useful information. You know.
I've been playing iRacing for 18 months, basically, roughly.
Yeah, but you've also got real life rally car experience and all that type of stuff, which most people don't have.
Yeah, true, but it's very different to circuit racing. Very, very different.
Hey, Zax.
But no, Jim's. I think Jim is rated 3,500, 4,000 in sports cars. I don't know what his overall rating is.
It has haptic feedback, Jeb. So there is some elements of realism in there.
Yeah. Yeah, and basically, I have one of these. Steering wheel, proper steering wheel with all the buttons. I have a direct drive wheelbase, and I have, you can see my pedals down there, and in fact you can see my rally boots on, my racing boots on because I was racing earlier, and I've got my shorts on today. There we are.
Oh no, why me?
Oh, you're 4.2k in road. Yeah, you're double me. I'm just shy of 2.1.
Yeah, so wow, that's like fucking astronomical to me, you know what I mean?
Hello, Zaxander. Yeah. I'm 1.5k in ovals.
So a lot less of a disparity there then.
Yeah. It is just the steering wheel. I haven't got I haven't got a shaky seat or anything, unfortunately, but I do have a proper racing
Yeah,
trousers.
the rally shoes as well, Nosorian.
Yeah. My old rally boots.
You definitely feel it through your arms, upper arms, shoulders, that type of area.
Yes.
Yeah, you definitely... Because I remember last year, after I came home, I was like, fucking hell, like, my shoulders feel like I've been to the gym or something.
Well, last year
I came back this year and I was alright.
Well, you've been training a bit in the last 12 months. That's the thing. But also,
Training for years, but I think I've been just training a bit more intensely.
Also, you didn't play it for as long as last time. It was so hot.
Also that, yeah. Yeah, I was melting.
Yeah. Yeah. Very, very warm up here.
But yeah, no, you definitely do get like that feedback, and like when you go off track, even slightly, you can tell.
Yes, yes, and I'm using a force feedback app which gives you a little bit more detail. So you were feeling a bit more of the road and the curbs this time.
And definitely, even the way the steering wheel kind of wrenches control from you when you go like off course too badly and things like that is very realistic. It does not feel like a game, is the best way I can put it. Like when you're sitting there, no, when you're sitting there playing Gran Turismo, like, you know, back in the days with the steering wheel, and yeah, you get the feeling of the, you know, turning the wheel and putting the pedals, but you don't really feel like you're driving. But with that, you feel like you're driving. It does not feel like a game in that sense.
Mhm.
Because games aren't, they don't do things to your physical body like that game does. That was more of a simulation than a game, if you get what I mean.
I mean, I can say from
And it
experience.
is a simulation.
I can say from experience of having driven 8 to 10 mile rally stages in searing heat. That's even more uncomfortable. But
I can imagine. I can only imagine.
But it's one of those things. It's all part
But,
of
I
the
mean,
sport.
that's the difference between a simulation and a game, right?
Yeah, yeah.
A game is just there to be played. A simulation is a simulation of something. It's like trying to actually give you the experience of something.
And there's only so far it can go. I mean, you can't.
But the lengths that it goes to, the things that it does, the weather, you know, the details on the track and the tire pressure, the tire temperature, all this stuff, like, is taken into account and factored into a game to the point where it feels so close to real life and how it would
Yeah.
actually be if you were driving that exact car in those exact conditions, you know? Like, it's as close to a one-to-one replication as you can currently get, you know?
Yeah, I mean, the next step would be VR and a seat that moves, but I can't afford that. I can't afford either of those things. So,
Need something.
But yeah, it definitely feels realistic. Yeah, I mean, that can't be questioned.
right.
I mean, there's a reason that, you know, professional F1 drivers and rally drivers and the likes play this game. You know?
Yeah, they play. They play these games.
And it's not just for the fun of it. I mean, that's obviously going to be part of it, but they can play this for practice.
Did you want something to eat?
But can you chirp it in fourth at highway speed?
Not nice. Right. Okay. Tell me if you change your mind. Need something.
Probably. Depends on the car. Come on. Can't I
Could you
close
do it on a cold, wet, windy night in Stoke?
Go to bed. Come on, I need to kill this guy. Come on.
Is the line for my next performance starting already? Come on, don't be shy. Plenty of room for everyone.
Come on. Right, where's he going? I need him to go into a room where I can close the door and murder him without being seen.
Choosing to be awkward.
He is being awkward. Come on. Oh, he's going to sleep in here.
Right, we'll just put a bucket over her head.
I can do that, can I?
Yeah, if you like pick up a bucket or something and just if you click and hold on something, you can pick it up and maneuver it. So like put that thing in the corner, just pick and hold it. There you go. And you can sort of like, well, if you don't bump into stuff when you're doing it, you can sort of pick it up and then look around and it sort of moves the object. And hopefully you can place that on her head. And then that should make her temporarily blind.
What do you need, handsome?
Go on.
She got out of the room.
She has gone out of the room. Go away.
Hi there.
There. Never mind, you don't need to.
There's the blade.
Close the door. You're going to close the door.
No.
No, you're okay. Right.
There we go. He has been murdered.
Oh, you have to report back to Nazir,
I do, yes.
that lovely gentleman.
Nazir's alright. Nazir's okay. He's not the really arrogant one from
Is that not him? Who's that?
no. Nazir's the one in the Dark Brotherhood.
Wait,
You think you're
who's the one in Whiterun then?
Nazim.
Nazim? Is it? Oh.
No, I don't know. No, there were two of them. There's very similar names.
I thought there was, but I was never sure. No, you're right. Nazir is the Dark Brotherhood dude.
Yeah. Right, now where's me other murderous quest? Hearn. Half Moon Mill and kill the vampire Hearn. Okay. Half Moon Mill.
No, you're right. It is Nazim. Don't know how I got that confused.
Half Moon Mill. Here we go. I've got to kill you. Oh, straight away.
They're not s- huh? That never should have come here.
Killed them both.
Nicely done.
Take some stuff.
Did you know when you sneak through a door, like a loading screen door, you're still sneaking on the other side?
Yeah.
Just checking.
I should have sneaked down. I forget to though.
No, I was just checking. There's some things that the game doesn't really tell you that sometimes I forget if you know or not. I've told you or not.
Okay. There's anything else I can get from here? Oh, any garlic.
That's what you're really on the lookout for.
Yes.
There it is. How could you miss it?
There we are. Got the garlic. Right. I'm going to take this quest back to my murderous boss and save up, and that's where I shall finish tonight. But
Very well. That sounds good to me. Nazir, the nice one, not Nazim, the horrible one.
yeah, I need to murder Nazim at some point.
You have to make him say that line one more time, just so he deserves it that little bit more.
Astrid, I've come here to talk to Nazir, not you.
Look, something is happening here. I'm not sure entirely what that something is, but, well, we need to find out. If the Night Mother really did give you an order to talk to a contact, we'd be mad to ignore it. And I think we'd both agree Cicero's brought quite enough madness to this sanctuary. So go. Go to Vollenwood. It's a crypt, pretty far to the northeast. Talk to this Armand Motier, and let's see where all this leads.
Silence has been broken.
Have you murdered Cicero yet? You have, haven't you?
This character's not going to murder Cicero.
Oh, you haven't had a chance yet. Okay, good, yeah.
This character's not going to murder Cicero.
Yeah, have him be your companion. You guys can wreak havoc together.
So, I was going to find...
I think he's actually one of the best followers in the game.
I've heard he is, yes. Yes.
In fact, let me check. Because I know he's like, what, top 5 at least. Maybe top 3.
Will there ever come? No sarcasm this time. You faced a vampire. And if you contracted sanguinary vampiris, be sure, unless of course, that was your goal all along. Here's your payment.
He specializes in
The
stealth,
only good
archery, and
parts of
one-handed.
David, as far as I'm concerned. All that singing and murder. Your payment, as per the usual. Well, aren't we the eager one? Sorry to disappoint, but there's nothing.
Can I rob any garlic from here? I'm not going to get distracted. Not going to get distracted. Andy, see you tomorrow night.
In the Dark Brotherhood, I found acceptance, love, and my life's true purpose.
Oh, cheers, Andy. Good night, mate.
Right, there we go. I'm going to save up and hit the hay. I have tomorrow off, which I'll spend a lot of tomorrow preparing for Call of Cthulhu tomorrow night. But thank you all for joining us and having a chat and just being good company. Thank you, Iman.
Thanks for
As
having me.
always, I shall see you tomorrow at Call of Cthulhu, and I'll see everybody online. This Friday is I think it's the awards evening at my daughter's football club. So
Okay.
I plan to stream, but it'll be after the awards ceremony. So
Alright,
it might not be at the usual time. Cheers, Jim. Cheers, Brian.
Cheers, guys. Have a good night.